For some reason I find the short sleeve shirt and tie combo pretty disturbing. It's the office equivalent of socks with sandals. Long sleeve shirts rolled up and tie are good though, right? I hate that. It's so Dilbert. Ties are an ugly, impractical, anachronistic health and safety nightmare that should have been abandoned 100 years ago. Short sleeve shirts are a necessity in any office you share with Karen and her drafts. I'm chilly. Turn the heating up to 11 and a complete inability to comprehend what a cardigan is for. It screams public sector middle manager. Never trust them. It's Dwight Schrute. It's a very Mormon look. Ties are lovely, and one of the very few ways in which a chap can indulge peacock tendencies in a white-collar work environment. They are two items which should never be worn together. It makes the wearer look like an overgrown child. I also go by the rule of short-sleeved shirt equals no tie and top button undone and long-sleeved shirt equals tie and top button done up. As an aside, I find women wearing ties to be extremely bizarre. No neckwear or a cravat/scarf looks much nicer. What about tie and long-sleeved shirt with the sleeves rolled up? Looks like somebody can't take their eyes off their t-shirt and ties combination. Emo short-sleeve shirts never, ever look good. Just about the only place you can get away with them is if you're in Hawaii. I find short-sleeved shirts somewhat abhorrent anyway. A long-sleeved shirt with the sleeves rolled will almost always look much better. A tie done well is a fantastic accessory to work into your wardrobe. But if you're going casual enough to roll your sleeves, or wear a short-sleeved shirt, then you're probably too far into casual territory for a tie to work at all. With the possible exception of a loose not open collar combination. Depending on your workplace. It's Michael Douglas in Falling Down. You've got to watch those short sleeves and ties types lest they go postal. Too true. Also, stop wearing flip-flops to work. I don't want to see your grubby toes when I'm in the lift. Short-sleeved blazers are also a monstrosity. Headmaster chic as I call it. Do you work with Homer Simpson? The uniform of every woodwork teacher on earth. I know someone who on hot days at the office advocates wearing business shorts. I mean, I sympathize. Guys have it tough when it comes to being dressy on hot days. But business shorts? Someone in my office wears socks and sandals. It's why I hate the summer. I cannot stand chinos, short-sleeved shirts or so-called smart shorts and think they look ridiculous, so I have to bake to death in my suit. Totally agree, but I'm going to go one further. Short-sleeved shirts need to go. They look like a t-shirt masquerading as formal wear. They make the wearer look dopey and childish. Need to be smart but want to stay cool? Wear a proper shirt and roll them sleeves up. But the Arctic Monkeys mentioned it in a song over 10 years ago. That means it must be cool. Agreed. Short sleeves in the office give me the willies. I read somewhere that it started becoming a mainstream look as a result of computers being so huge and difficult back in the day. Tech people would wear short-sleeved shirts so they could be up to the elbows in computer parts all day. Then put a jacket on and be in business wear. And it just caught on. Might have something to do with the guys at NASA in the 60s making it seem cool. Too, who doesn't want to look like they work at NASA? But yeah, it looks weird if there's no reason for it. In the same category, jeans with a shirt and tie. Jeans with a shirt is fine. Shirt and tie are fine. Jeans shirt and tie is like a mullet. But Sipovits does it. On the one hand, I want to agree that it looks ridiculous and reminds me of Dilbert. On the other hand, Ian Fleming described James Bond as routinely wearing a short-sleeved shirt with a tie. I guess the difference is that Bond wore a suit, so his lack of sleeves would not have been so obvious. The short sleeves combined with his tropical worsted suit would have been more tolerable in the warm climates in which he often found himself. Fleming himself also wore a similar get-up, which also makes sense since he spent a lot of time in his home in Jamaica. And always has been. Throw in a wacky tie too. I find any short-sleeve shirt utterly disgusting. The tie is just the cherry on top of the burnt cake. I'm for long sleeve shirts with sleeves you can roll up. Both these and short sleeve ones look more informal in my opinion, but long sleeve one is obviously more practical. I do it with all my shirts, honestly. Though, I don't think many people actually benefit from short sleeve shirts as our arms don't dissipate much heat. But maybe I'm mistaken. But Sipovits does it. Honestly, short sleeve shirts look bad on everybody regardless of their physique. What about short sleeve shirt and tie with sandals and socks? Other offices that still insist on a tie. I remember back in the 80s having to get permission from the manager to remove ties if it was exceptionally hot. A memo would be hastily typed and Xeroxed. I have a rule where I never trust someone who sports the short sleeve shirt and tie combo. It's never let me down once. Totally agree, it's like men dressing up as little boys. Kind of ignoring the people who, despite working in a non-customer facing offices, are still forced to wear a tie all year round no matter how sweltering it is. Yes, rolling up sleeves is better, but while women can be in light summer dresses and still be office appropriate if the choice is looking like a twonk and passing out from the heat, sometimes sacrifices must be made. Fuck, I'm glad I work from home now. I'll only allow it if it's mustard colored. I don't like short sleeve shirts. I think they make people look about 12 years old. Long sleeves rock. Plus when you roll up your sleeves you don't look 12. You look like you're about to get shit done. Hajime Hinata wants to know your location. A bow tie must be worn with the short sleeves. For what is a bow tie but a very short tie? I have known a select few people who can pull it off. My husband manages to do it and look more broody. 60s era NASA engineer than Mormon missionary. I can't explain how he does it, but people have mentioned it before. It helps that he wears dark-rimmed glasses and is an actual research scientist. Dwight Schrute would like a word. It's formal mixed with informal and contradicts itself. Disturbing is going a bit far though. Old place had a strict policy on having long sleeves only, and if some unfortunate soul did turn up in short sleeves, they were quickly dispatched to fix the copier. Hilarity ensues and perpetrator is successfully rehabilitated, never to offend again. Nothing like an office-wide piss-taking to set you right. My son is asked to wear short-sleeved shirts for school. He mans it up and wears his blazer to protest. Sadly this means he smells and his lynx gets a walloping. I'm with you, my Essex brethren. I always assume short-sleeved shirt wearers to be psychos. I think the moustache belongs here too. I can't explain why, but it's so wrong. Not just unattractive but slightly creepy. Probably very unfair too. Have you seen the socks and sandals the kids are wearing now? The sandals are sliders. And the socks are pulled right up. Disaster all round. Honestly, long sleeve shirt with rolled up sleeve and tie is acceptable. Short sleeve shirt and tie ain't. The only people who should be allowed to wear sport sleeve shorts should be used car salesmen. The only permissible short sleeved shirt is the Aloha shirt, but only if you are in the tropics or on Freshers Week. Makes you look like Dilbert. The only way this is acceptable is a folded up short sleeved shirt and loosened tie. It's a rare sight to see a tie where I work. Agreed. It's revolting. The mullet of office fashion faux pas. This scourge must be stopped. I can't stand that. Really bothers me for some reason. To be honest, I'm almost entirely uncomfortable with short-sleeved shirts in any office situation. Linus has entered the chat. It is a combination that should start and finish with cricket commentators. Anyone who openly wears a blazer over a short-sleeved shirt is clearly some sort of psychopath. I'm completely with you on the short sleeves/tie combo. Hideous. For me, the look is forever associated with William Foster, the man in Falling Down, 1993. In a local accountancy firm, one of the junior accountants rolled his sleeves up. It was really hot that day and no aircon. He was told off by one of the partners as he was not a bloody bus driver. Neutral face.